All right, here's a tough question for all of the couples out there. How often are you and your significant other on the same page, especially when it comes to your finances and saving for the future? It's no surprise this can be a challenging topic. So here with his version of marriage counseling, President of Safe Harbor Retirement, Cory Sickles. Cory Sickles is joining me with Safe Harbor Retirement. Good morning, Cory.
Good morning, Robin. How are you?
I'm good. You know, we were kind of joking before this about you being a marriage counselor, not knowing that that was on your title, but it is true that you probably hear a lot of the personal stuff when it comes to couples and finances, right?
It's exactly right. You know, and one of the odd things is, a lot of times it seems like when they're actually sitting in front of me for the very first time, or maybe the second time, they haven't had a lot of these discussions. So I think some of the things that actually kind of come out, both couples could be surprised on what the other actually thinks.
So when it comes to saving for retirement, we're talking about specifically, are there certain challenges that you think more couples face, something that's kind of a common thread that you see?
There's two things that are kind of hard. One is I think sometimes they're not on the same page on what they really want to do in retirement. And when we start about income planning, they could be on, a different page. So I think one of the biggest challenges for couples, especially from an income standpoint, is really kind of trying to find out, what are you really trying to accomplish in your retirement years?
And do you find that when they come in then and talk to you and they open up about this, I mean, it's not just finances, they're kind of learning more about each other than you would probably imagine during a talk like this?
That's exactly right. I mean, you'll be amazed. One wants to retire tomorrow, and the other one's thinking, well, I'm going to work another 7 to 10 years. And of course that has a huge impact on the kind of lifestyle they want to have. And, I know we're just talking about that, but another one that always pops up too is how to be able to actually how do you want your assets to go or later on as well, especially dealing with, a lot of couples today that might be a little bit of, where they actually have, different kids, different families, so being able to have those type of discussions on legacy planning as well can be an issue.
And let's talk about the couple who has talked. Maybe they agree, right? They both want to travel here, here, and here. They've got it all kind of planned out. Are there still things that they need to work on when it comes to finally, calling it quits and retiring?
Yeah. So I think, one of the things I always try to preach, if you don't have a plan today, you need to have one tomorrow. And you really need to have a financial plan. Let's just say you want to be able to travel, during your 60s or, from 65 to 70, you might need a little bit more income during those years than maybe, when you reach your 70s. So you need to be able to have a plan in place, because the one thing you don't want to have happen is, later on in life is be able to find out that you're running out of money. So and I think one of the biggest things that people have issues with is really being able to turn their savings into an income plan. So that's where it can really help by working with a financial advisor like myself, so we can kind of help make sure that you're really going to have the retirement that you want and kind of guide you down that path.
And Cory, I know that in a lot of relationships, one person is kind of the money and bills person. They deal with all of that. Maybe the other person is just glad someone else is dealing with it. When they come in and talk to you, you kind of have to discourage that a bit, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times, when they come in and sit down, I can sense that. And here's the only thing that I'll say is, if you're not the planner, you still need to be able to go to the meetings, especially. And I really think it helps to have a financial advisor, because you're coming in, we're reviewing your accounts, whether how involved you are or not. You're still be able, you can still come in and have a sense of things. But let's just say something happens to that planner later on in life too. Now now you're actually the one that has to deal with everything that's been planned. And if you actually, if you already have a relationship with an advisor, I think we can help you, guide you down the path to get things changed over, switched over, to make sure you're going to have an income plan. So there's a huge benefit of at least being involved, meeting with the financial planner during the planning and during your retirement years.
Absolutely. All right, Cory. So if somebody wants a financial planner and or a marriage counselor, go to safeharboroh.com. At least sit down, right, and kind of hash this stuff out. As you mentioned, it is always great to have a plan. You've got 2 offices locally and the phone and web up on screen for everyone watching. Thank you so much, Cory.
Thank you, Robin.